Hello, today in this video I'm going to show you the Ryobi battery operated orbital sander. This is an awesome tool and it uses this 18-volt battery. Now you have to watch to make sure that you buy the right thing because I already had several tools with these batteries, so I don't need more batteries. So I bought just the tool only. Let me show you how it came. So it came in the box just like this, okay, with these and 3 sanding pads, which are awesome. We got the 120 grit, the 220 grit, and this is an 80 grit, which I've put on here. And so this is the little what do you call it? Sawdust. The little fine sawdust catching bag, which is really nice to have because you just put that right on there and it sits there, and that way the sawdust doesn't blow up into your face because it isn't healthy to be breathing in sawdust all the time. So if you're working with wood and sanding, you really do need a tool that has this. And the little Ryobi orbital sander delivers on that, so that's awesome. And then I showed you where the battery goes, so this is what it uses, the 18-volt lithium. So if you don't already have one of these, you're going to need that for your sander. But I love Ryobi tools. I have several, so I already had quite a few batteries and some chargers, so I just bought the tool only. And look how easy this is. You just clip your battery in. Good to go, okay? That's awesome, right? So let me show you the sanding pad. This is a really awesome feature. So the sanding pads have like a Velcro back, and this is the gripper. And then it has all these little holes which sucks your sawdust into the little bag here. So what a great idea, right? You don't have to worry about this slipping around. You just stick it on there, you line up your holes, which really isn't too difficult to do. I was a little bit worried that that might be a challenge. Press it on and you're ready. So I think I mentioned before, it comes with 3 of them. The 120 grit, which you see I've used a little bit of, and then also the 220. So the higher the grit, the finer, if I can hang on to it, the finer the paper is, and so that'll give you a finer sand. So I've got my least fine sand, the 80 grit here, because I'm working on a couple of projects with some raw wood. So this is a piece of driftwood, and I'm going to make a swing out of it. And so let me just show you how easy this is to use right here on this piece of wood. You see that? It smooths down this wood for me. Do you know how long this would take me if I was sanding it by hand? And in fact, yesterday that's what I was doing. And then I was like, wait a minute, I have an awesome tool. And so I got this out and it just makes the job so much faster. And the great thing is once you get like all the high spots kind of down and you want to go for a finer grit, you just peel that off, stick on your next one. You line up those holes so we don't have to breathe in all the sawdust. There we go. And we're ready to go on the next one. So easy to use. Now let me show you my other project here. I'm also working on this stump that I'm just going to use for a little side table in my living room. I've had this for quite a while, and when I first got this, I didn't have a sander like this. I was just using sandpaper and a block. And so I was thinking, you know, now that I have this, I should get that out and do some work on this. And you can see how I have some ridges here, and this sander just smooths those ridges right down. So again, I'm going to get my higher grit paper. Sorry, lower grit, which is more coarse. I always get that confused. I want to call the higher grit the more coarse, and that's just backwards. So we're putting it on. There we go. We got it lined up. Let's go. Smoothing down some edges and just making, you can kind of like round out those sides on a rough piece of wood. And look how easy that is. No sawdust, and this is a piece of cedar, so this smells wonderful, which is another one of the joys of working with wood. Switch it straight off, right? So if you're like me and you really like to work on these wood projects, and you can just see, maybe just bring the camera back. I have to show this very smooth edge. Check out that smooth edge. It just really smoothed it down right there, just in those few seconds that you saw me sanding. So this is an awesome tool, one of my favorites. It makes it really easy to work. You don't have to worry about a cord because you've got your battery. You can take this even if maybe you're doing some woodworking out in your shop or in a shed where you don't have electricity. You just can charge this at home or in your garage, take it outside and work wherever you want to work. Like you see, here I am outside. I don't have to worry about being in the garage, making a mess and having to put stuff away to pull the car out. You can just go wherever you want with this. It also works well in the garage if that's what you prefer. But anyway, the Ryobi Orbital Sander, 18-volt lithium battery, perfect tool. I highly recommend it if you're like me and you love working with wood. Thanks for watching this video and good luck.